In this demonstration, we'll have a look at the available options for managing mail flow in Exchange Server 2016. So what we have a transport pipeline, and as mail flows through the transport pipeline, we can do things to those mail messages. And we can do that with rules. So we have transport rules. And transport rules, for example, may do things like apply rights protection to messages, apply disclaimers, we can filter messages by size, modify messages, and we can also as well create custom rules. And these will apply to anybody that sends any email through our transport pipeline unless they are controlled by an exception. The next thing we have delivery reports. And what we can see on delivery reports is we can perform message tracking by searching a specific mailbox or by searching by sender, recipient or keyword. We also have a very similar interface available in Microsoft Outlook on the web for our Microsoft on the web users as well. As you can see, this could come in useful to prove or disprove that email messages have been sent through the organization. If we then go to the Accepted Domains tab, the Accepted Domains tab allows us to specify which email domains we receive mail for. And what we can do here is we can specify this based off an authoritative domain. And what we have with authoritative domain, email is delivered only to valid recipients in this Exchange organization. Anybody outside of that will be rejected. We could have this as an internal relay, so email is delivered to recipients in the organization or relayed to an email server in a physical or logical location. Or we can have an external relay, email is relayed to an email server at another physical or logical location. So this may be useful on our perimeter network. So we'll cancel that, we're not going to create any new ones. If we go to email address policies, the email address policy is where we generate email addresses based off accepted domains. So by default, what we're going to do is, as we can see here, it's going to be wherever the alias is at the Active Directory domain, in my case of datum.com, or email domain of datum.com, but we can create or modify our email address policies. So maybe something like alias at is not really something that we're happy with. We might have lots of Brian's at datum.com. So what we could do is we can click on the plus button here and we can modify how the email address will be built. So for example, I could go for first name dot last name at whatever my domain is. Again, we'll just cancel that off. Then what we have is we have our receive connectors. So the receive connectors are here to allow me to control incoming SMTP traffic. So what we have here is we have some defaults. So the one we'll go for here is we'll just go for our front end transport. We'll just click the edit button. And if we have a look at this, so what we've got here is it's enabled. We can see the maximum receive size, hop count. We've also as well got on security, who we can receive email from. And if we go for the scoping tab, we can specify which email addresses and which port numbers are listening for that data coming in. So we'll select cancel. And then what we have finally is we have send connectors. So on the send connectors, this is where we can specify where to send our email for outgoing SMTP traffic. So what we could do here is, for example, I don't have any internet email flow, so if I click on my plus button, what we can do here is I could specify this for internet. What I could do here is just call this internet mail, and we'll just specify exactly how mail flows out of our organization. So we'll just select next. We'll go with MX record associated with recipient domain to specify how to send mail. So all we'll do here is we'll look for the MX record associated with the receiving domain, and then what our Exchange server will do is it'll resolve that IP address and send the mail to that IP address. And what we'll do here is just for the address space, we'll specify this is if we're going to send mail to anybody with the star. We'll just give that a higher cost than 1. Purely because we may have some sort of send connector that sends directly to an SMTP domain, and we'll always want to go through that connector, and we'll send it through the internet connector if we don't have anything with a lower cost. So we'll save that off. Select our next button. In the case of the source server, I'll just specify my, let's go for LON EX1 as the source server for sending out email outside of my organization, and select OK. We'll then select finish. And we've now had a look at the MailFlow node within the Exchange Administration Center. And that's the end of this demonstration. Thank you.